Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here. You know what I'm about. Basic human rights for all people. Why are you here? Where did you come from? These are just two simple questions that a lot of people ask. And some people ask those questions and they seek an answer. For speaking for myself, I don't know why I'm here. What I do know is that there is a power outside of myself that did everything that was required to make sure that I am here. But for me, as far as I know, I have no agenda at all. So I'm here for the purpose for which I was created by someone else to do, or to, I guess, see that it's done, whatever it is. So since I have no agenda and I've been here this long, I can say for sure that one thing I have done is that I have learned. I have learned beyond what I thought I knew. And so while I have spoken so many wonderful things to myself and to those that would listen because of a message that was inside of me, it was not me, it was not my message. I was just a tool that was used for some purpose. But today, I see my purpose here is to live with the truth as I know it. And I have been taught a different truth by a power that is unseen, that is invisible, that I give credit for the existence of the blue sky with the white clouds hanging up in it and the trees up in there and the sun shining in my face. And I'm sitting here. I give that power, the power. So why am I here? What work is it of that invisible power given me that I must do? When my eyes were open, I saw pain and I saw suffering. And yet I learned that I cannot eliminate pain and suffering that other people go through. But what I can do, as my purpose has revealed itself, is to recognize the cause, to recognize the solution, and to expose and reveal, to put before the people choice, because it will take the will of the people to change what the people have made. The world, and suffering that we go through, will remain until the people change. You may ask, well, it's always been here. So what's going to happen? You can answer that yourself. If it's always been here, it continued because you did nothing. And if you do nothing, it's going to remain. Then you might ask, well, what do I do? What can I do? What really can I do? You just got through, speaking of myself, saying that you couldn't make the change. The only thing you could do was reveal and expose. Yes, and that's what you can do, reveal and expose. But there's another step that I didn't mention because you have to reveal and expose first before you can stand. You have to make a change. You got to stand for something different. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I spent maybe about 5 minutes talking and haven't said nothing to you. Let me put it to you this way. All of us human beings on this earth are here to do the will of God, to do the will of the power that brought us here. And I say the power of God because all that stuff I tell you, this earth, stuff man had nothing to do with. We the people, we're here to take care of God's business. And individually, we have been given different gifts to do different things. And when we know what that different thing is that gives us our greatest joy and we engage ourselves in it, then life begins to glow for everyone. That's when your heaven truly begins. But in the meantime, those who are led by the Spirit of God, let me give you some information that you didn't know. You think what you have been doing in America is the way to act as a Christian. No, I don't know what happened back in those days when this book was written. I don't know if these things really happened just like this or somebody arranged it to say it happened just like that. But I'll tell you what God requires. God requires a faith so strong. I'm not lying to you. I'm going to tell you. God requires a faith so strong that standing up for the truth is like upset about your birth. You knew nothing of it, didn't cross your mind. It just happened. When you are filled with the Spirit of God, you stand up for truth. It just happens. It just happens. And come what may. Now, a person that's led by the Spirit of God, you call them Christians, they're the ones that do that. I mean, because everybody else is afraid to die, but not a Christian. A Christian is not afraid to die. A, a Christian knows that he is not a Christian until he's committed to God to the death. In other words, there is no way that you're going to sell God out. Why? Because you are God's representative. Just like the devil is got representative, God got representatives. And we all came to be God's representatives, but we are not. We got blindsided. We were misled, we were deceived and conned, and we walking straight down the devil's path. The churches we go to, the religion that you hold up to, that denominational stuff, that's permitted by the devil. Don't you think that God is fit in and sneaking in and go outsmart the devil? No, God don't play those games. God works in spirit. Let me say it again. God works in spirit. See, when you got to see a book, you got people reading this book, talking this book, trying to say they know more than you than this book. They can tell you what this book is saying, all that kind of stuff. But see, they can't tell you what the Spirit is saying because the Spirit speaks to you. The book is supposedly written about people who listen to the Spirit, but they don't want you to listen to the Spirit. They're going to write the stuff down, explain it to you, and tell you what it means so you can do what they have determined is the thing to do. But here it is, my friends. Standing up for truth is what we are here to do. Wherever we are confronted with a lie, we are to stand up for truth. Wherever we're confronted with deception, we are to stand up for truth. And we're not just standing up for truth for as it benefits us, because we know that as it benefits us, it should benefit others. As it causes pain and suffering to others, it causes pain and suffering to us. And it is not God's way. So when we stand up, we're just revealing and exposing beyond words. Beyond words. Now, people say, well, what the limit that we can go to? Well, I can't tell you that. That's on you. Some people will stand up for truth and fight the enemy of truth and willing to pick up a gun and fight to the death, die and kill to stand up for truth. That's if that's what. it does for you, that's you. All I know is this. Where I'm at, where I am at, is that when you know the truth, you recognize all that's around you, all of the people around you, aid in the hell we experience every day. And some of them think they're living good. Some of them are laughing because they're thinking that somebody's living bad. But it's all us. And God has said, all we got to do is wake up, and show the evidence by making the change and dying. That's the reality of the truth. That Jesus says, if you believe it, I know you don't, but he said, I am the way. At least that's what they said he said, the truth and the life. Now, the reason I repeat it, because I'm confident that it's true. I'm confident that it's true. I know some of the power of God. I mean, personally, I know some of the power of God. So for me, Martin Luther King is an example of what it's like to be a child of God. Represent. The devil gonna be the devil. The devil went out there and got in somebody's head and put a gun in their hand and had them shot. Then I've heard that the devil wasn't good enough on that one, so he had to go and get somebody to put a pillow over him and smother him. But he was gone. The only thing that, as far as I'm concerned, that's it. But what I'm confident that King did not lose anything, because to me it was like waking up from a nightmare. Because this nightmare that he was experiencing, that we still are experiencing today, he is no longer. And when he has weathered the storm, he has proven for all eternity that he's a child of God. He has proven. Malcolm X, Medgar Evers, a lot of people who have been killed because they stood up for righteousness and truth. Yeah, you think they did? Well, you can think they're dead. They really did. For me, see, this is the way and let me tell you why I say this. For me, now I know we can die many ways, but one way that I yearn to die for, and that's standing up for righteousness. That means standing up for every human being's right to have the tree of life. Speak it, expose it, reveal it, and then back it up with what I stand against by what I'm persecuted for. See, in the meantime, all of the hell that you go through, I'm going through it too. But when I say, as I used to, I stopped doing it because I wanted to take a breathe. I wanted to, honestly, I hoped that the people would start waking up, and then I wouldn't have to go through. So I wouldn't have to be killed for doing good. But you, the people, are still in the same place, and so am I. And it's making the things that I have done have no value at all because I know the truth. I know that I can't be killed. The only thing they can do is wake me up so I can live. I won't be here. But the only thing that America can do, the only thing that evil can do, the only thing that death can do to me is wake me up so that I can live. And that's for every last one of you. You have a challenge here. How many of you just ready to die? Not many. Some of you might be sick and saying you're ready, but not many. Because you don't understand anything beyond what you know here. And the other stuff you don't know nothing. And you don't have anybody telling you nothing about that. Everybody exploiting it. But I want you to know, ladies and gentlemen, there is something that you haven't heard, and it's out there in the wind. Tune in, and you can get it. You don't have to listen to me. Just tune in. Start caring. Start loving. You'll see it. So, what am I saying? In wrap up, God made this earth for you to live as though you're in heaven. And that means peace, prosperity, freedom, joy, happiness, and living your dreams. That means never suffering for nothing because the resources given and man's ability meets the needs that you will never have to suffer whenever your needs, your wants, or your desires. They're there for you. Well, but you got a choice. If you get bored with that, you can be deceived. Because somebody will tell you that that ain't nothing, child. And the next thing you know, they got you stealing what belongs to someone else and got you feeling that, whoa, I can do this while the other person over there is suffering from what you just stolen. You might get you in a minute, but after a while, people be doing that. Nobody think it's wrong. They just think that's being smart, getting over on folks. That's why you hear young people out there with guns running around playing gangbangs because they don't have any training in life. People, their parents, their city, their communities didn't care about them. They didn't assure that they got good education. They didn't assure that they were able to have adequate health care, that they were able to engage in stuff within the community of life. Just left them out there hanging while we, the parents who had gone through this too, struggling trying to survive from week to week because we were following out the dictates of men, following after the dictates of Republicans and Democrats in America, or following after the dictates of white people and black people. White people who caused oppression, black people who said, I don't like it, but bring it on. Did you get my message, ladies and gentlemen? Because I'm sitting here, I can hear myself repeating myself. But I ask you, did you get my message? Now, if you did, respond. Let me hear what you have to say, and I will respond back to you. I don't usually do this. I'm usually thinking that anybody that responds are not going to do anything but curse me out. I used to get that all the time. You remember back in the days of MySpace? Man, people be cursing me out from all over the world just because I wanted to share the truth, but it didn't stop me. So right now, I don't usually read. I just tell you the truth. But I would like to know how it's affecting you. So I'll be looking. Goodbye.